ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਇਕ ਓੰਕਾਰ ਸਤਿਨਾਮ ਕਰਤਾ ਪੁਰਖ ਨਿਰਭਉ ਨਿਰਵੈਰ। ਅਕਾਲ ਮੂਰਤ ਅਜੂਨੀ ਸੈਭੰ ਗੁਰ ਪ੍ਰਸਾਦ ਜਪ। ਆਦ ਸਚ ਜੁਗਾਦ ਸਚ ਹੈ ਭੀ ਸਚ ਨਾਨਕ ਹੋਸੀ ਭੀ ਸਚ। ਡੰਡੋਤ ਬੰਦਨ ਅਨਕ ਬਾਰ ਸਰਬ ਕਲਾ ਸਮਰੱਥ। ਡੋਲਨ ਦੇ ਰਾਖੋ ਪ੍ਰਭੂ ਨਾਨਕ ਦੇ ਕਰ ਹੱਥ। ਕਹਾਂ ਬੋਧ ਪ੍ਰਭ ਤੁਛ ਹਮਾਰੀ ਬਰਨ ਸਕੈ ਮਹਿਮਾ ਜੋ ਤਿਹਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਹਮ ਨਾ ਸਕਤ ਕਰ ਸਿਫਤ ਤੁਮਾਰੀ ਆਪ ਲਿਹੋ ਤੁਮ ਕਥਾ ਸੁਧਾਰੀ। ਸੰਗਤ ਜੀ ਗੱਜ ਕੇ ਫਤਿਹ ਬੁਲਾਓ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। So thank you to everyone that's come. ਅੱਜ ਦੀ talk ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ it's on ਬਾਬਾ ਬੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ Naurangabad ਵਾਲੇ. So just a quick show of hands. Who's heard of Baba Beer Singh ji? ठीक है जी. So okay, and so there's quite a lot of people here who haven't heard about Baba Beer Singh ji. And when I've done this talk before in Birmingham, Smedek ਕੀਤੀ ਆ talk, and ਉੱਥੇ I think there was about 100 people there, and out of 100 I think there were only 3 people that put their hand up. ਤਿੰਨ ਜਾਣੇ ਨੇ ਹੱਥ ਖੜਾ ਕਰਕੇ ਕਿਹਾ ਹਾਂ, otherwise no one knew about who Baba Beer Singh ji were. And going through their life, you're going to learn so many things that we can apply to our lives. So I mean, like ਪਿਛਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ mention ਕੀਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ, yeah, the art of listening to ਸਾਖੀਆਂ. The art of listening. If you psychologically do research on art of listening, there's so many different researchers that come up by various different like researchers, doctors and stuff. But ਇੱਕ ਗੱਲ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੇਅਰ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨਾਲ. ਪਿਛਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ in one of the talks that when you listen to a ਸਾਖੀ, ਜਦੋਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਜਾਂ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਉਪਦੇਸ਼ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੂੰ, when they're giving a teaching to someone in the Sakhi, say they're giving it to an individual, we start thinking that that Upadesh is for that individual. But the art of listening to a Sakhi is that you apply it to your life, and remember Guru Sahib, you're telling you that Upadesh. So when you come to these talks on Mondays, Birmingham, which every Thursdays ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, and Friday night Sikhi hogi, every Fridays we do Friday night Sikhi at Jibsling Gurdwara. When we come to these talks on a regular basis, you'll listen to them, and then it would be for that time period. Edda shayad man vich hoga ki yaar that was really good, we learnt a lot, badiya sunn nu milya. And then by the time you get to the car, you might forget it, or by the time you get home you might forget it. Ja due din tak cha hunda ya. Some Gursikh, some people it lasts for a couple of days to couple of weeks, and then bajo firo, then that ras that you got, that ananda that you got, that bliss that goes away. And the reason for that is because we don't implement the things into our lives, into our jivan. So what I want to do from this talk is, yes, you're going to learn about Baba Beer Singh ji kaun si, but going through their life, what we want to do is we want to take teachings from their life and implement it into our lives. Then you'll see that bliss will carry on then. That makes sense? So as we go through their life, we're going to pick out little teachings to go with it, yeah? So Sade itihas vich, in our Sikh history, there's not 1, 2, hundreds, there's thousands of hire, gems, diamonds, Gursikhs, Mahapurkhs. And the Jivaniya, the Qurbaniya, the Seva that they've done is immense, amazing. And we've got so many within our Sikh history. And we're so lucky like that we've got so many. And then you've got so many amazing souls, so many amazing Atma Kehlo that come into this world, do a certain task. And then you have some souls that are even more special. And the reason why I say that is because them certain souls or individuals have come into this world by the bhajan of Guru Sahib Ji themselves. So, Jire Baba Bir Singh Ji hoya, what happened was during Guru Har Gobind Ji Maharaj Vele, Maharaj is travelling, and as they're travelling, they get to a certain bend, and Othe ek Mata is in Amritsar district, in Amritsar, and Othe ek Mata seva kar diya. She does seva for Guru Sahib Ji. Guru Sahib Ji khosh honde, and whenever Guru Sahib Ji get khosh, ਜਦੋਂ ਖੁਸ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਉਹ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ask the Gursikh ki jo bhi mangna mangla, right? And I was like asking this question to kids or anyone for that matter. If you were in that position ki je farz karo ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹ position ਵਿੱਚ ਹੈਗੇ ਹੋ and you've got this opportunity to mauka, Guru Sahib Ji have said to you, ask for whatever you want to ask for, what would you ask for? I'm not going to ask anyone here. That's something for you guys to think about, yeah? But over the years of doing talks, when I ask especially kids, they come out with amazing things, you know? But if you could have the opportunity to ask Guru Sahib Ji for anything you wanted, what would it be? Is anyone brave enough to actually say it? To put their hand up and say, what would you ask for? If Guru Sahib Ji came in front of you and said, Kuch bhi mang, you can ask for anything you want, what would you ask for? Anyone brave enough to say? Yeah, but?
I'll say Khalistan.
Khalistan, okay, yeah, wicked. Meer pare haath rakhyo, very nice. Anyone else? Hanji? Simran di daat? Wow, yeah, Simran di daat, the biggest daat you can probably have in Sikhi. Anyone else? No?
Bless us with to live in a spirit of Chardhi Kala all the time.
To spirit of brilliance, to live in Chardhi Kala all the time, to have that mindset of being Chardhi Kala, because that's no matter what happens in your life, whether it's good or bad, negative, positive, lows, ups and downs, you're always going to remain Chardhi Kala, like them Pratan Gursikhs, right? Brilliant. Hanjibat? To not go through the cycle of life and death. You want to go for mukti. Anna? Okay, Trika, really good. So, this is one of the teachings that we take it. This Mata said that, can you please bless us with a Mahapurkh in our Nagar so we can get a guidance, so we can get mukti. Sada par utara ho jaye. That's what she asked for. So, like, would you ever think to ask for something like that? And that reminds me of Sant Guru Bachan Singh Ji as well. So Mahapurkh hoya, Taksal de Jathedar, that when ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਵੀ Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj ਦੇ ਵਾਰ ਤੋਂ ਹੋਇਆ, when Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj traveling, Mata did seva, Guru Sahib Ji got happy, Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj asked for whatever you want to ask for. They said, we want Brahma Gyani di daat in our family. And then many years later, Sant Guru Bachan Singh Ji are born. But this Mata goes, in our Nagar, Mahapurkh ek hon. And then Guru Har Gobind Ji Maharaj did bhajan and said that aun wale samay vich ਏਦਾਂ ਦਾ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਕਿ ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਪਰ ਹਜ਼ਾਰਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਚਾਊਗਾ. And they were referring to Baba Bir Singh Ji. Yeah? They were referring to Baba Bir Singh Ji ਕਿ Baba Bir Singh Ji ਆਉਣਗੇ and ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਾਰ ਉਤਾਰਾ ਕਰਨਾ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਦਾ. So we already know that they're going to be special because it's Guru Har Gobind Ji Maharaj ne ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਹੀ ਬਚਨ ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ. They already said it first straight away. So the early life of Baba Bir Singh Ji, born in July 1768 in a pind called Gaggubue in Amritsar district, and Pita Ji da naam Sardar Seva Singh, Mata Ji Mata Daya Kaur. So when I was doing the research, a thought came to mind. Ek man vich khayal aaya ki jehde ਨਾਂ ne Pratan ਨਾਂ, the names of these Pratan Gursikhs, they're amazing, right? Seva, Daya, and then Baba Bir Singh, seva to serve others, Daya, compassionate, Bir, warrior. So having these Pratan names, I feel like it's coming back, but we went through a period where people started keeping their children's names of all sorts, right? I'm not going to go into the names like of the people that, started keeping names of all sorts, but it's something to think about. And this is obviously for the youngsters that aren't married yet. like at the back. Yeah, so whoever's not married yet and going to have kids, something to bear in mind that when you name your child a Parat and Gursikh name, sometimes that can be enough to save them. But then also telling them about how special that name is. That's just little teaching. But ਜਦੋਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਜਨਮ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਗੁਰਤੀ ਦੀ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆ they follow that. So for those that might not know, ਗੁਰਤੀ ਦੀ ਮਰਿਆਦਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਸਿੱਖੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਆ, when a ਬੱਚਾ is born, when they're born, then what you do is you get an iron bowl, water, pani, patase, and with a kirpan, you sit in a birasan position and you do ardas karke, you do Japji Sahib da part, and you mix them patase into the water. After that, you do ardas, and then you put 5 drops with the kirpan into the baby's mouth and splash it 5 times in the eyes and 5 times in the gaze. That's Gurti Maryada. Eda Sadi Sikhi Vicha when a bacha is born. And when I did this talk in Birmingham, there were a few people that came up to me and said to me, and they were not didn't have case or anything, but they said that we didn't know about that, right? And now that you've told us we want to do that for our children, my wife is expecting, I want to do that. How do I do it? I go, you ask the Gyani ji at your local Gurdwara, maybe ask a Gursikh, other Gursikh, but when you come to these talks, that's how you learn from these, you know. But it's very important that we kind of almost try and follow it. It's almost the Gurti Maryada is really cool in that way. Yeah, that when my little ones were born, nephew was born as well. When we did it, even the nurses were shocked to learn ki eda hunda tha Sikhi vich. And then when you explain it to them ki we're warriors and we're born from the sword, literally 5 drops from a kirpan, from a dagger into the mouth, right? And the nurses were saying that this sounds like it's something from the movies, like samurai warriors or something. I go, yeah, we're warriors. You know? But Gurti Maryada, they do that, and then they made deg. That's another little teaching we can take away from here. So no one's going to judge you, I promise. Kisi ne nahi judge karna ithe. Hands up if you know how to make deg. Cool, 2 people, really good, okay. And well done for those being honest. But that's something that you can take away from this talk, is to learn how to make deg. You might think it's not important, but one teaching, main teaching. So Dhan Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj's life that we're going through in Friday Night Sikhi over the past 5 years or so, we're going through their life. When they would give a teaching to someone, they would all say, make deg, do ardas, and baddi to baddi problem jehdi oh Maharaj tal dange, they'll get rid of that problem. So you do deg, ardas karke, whatever that problem is, Maharaj will sort it out. But if you learn how to make it, fair, and we ain't got any excuses, there's YouTube videos and everything as well. It's a really brilliant YouTube video. Gyani Sukhraj Singh ji have done it. It is a bit long, but they've done all the maryada properly, how you make deg. Kive maryada de anusar deg banai di hai. But deg bana ke, then they do ardas in front of Guru Sahib ji, and then they get a Hukamnama Sahib. In Sikhi, we get Hukamnama Sahib, and then from that Hukamnama Sahib, you name the child. So ithe Baba Bir Singh ji da je Hukamnama Sahib siga, Slok Mahalla Tija Sultan Guru Amardas ji Maharaj say, Brahma Binda Tesda Brahmat Raha Ek Sabd Liv Laye. Ki jeda Vaheguru nu jaanda a, that person that knows Vaheguru, odi jedi birti a, it'll be live like Jugi Maharaj Nath. They'll always be connected to Vaheguru. They'll always be connected to Guru. So look at that straight away. That's the Hukamnama that Baba Bir Singh ji is getting. Nav Nidhi 18 Siddhi Pichhe Lagyan Phireh Jo Har Hirday Sada Vasaye. That all the powers in this world, spiritual powers, all piche piche aunge thode. And later on we'll learn the spiritual powers that Baba Bir Singh ji had. This is really important, this bit. So it's it's important that you understand that ki Guru to bagair, you're not going to be able to get that naam di daat, as the Baba ji said, piche ki naam di daat mangani hai. But without the Guru, you can't get that. And without naam, it's not possible to get mukti. Without naam, you can't make it to the other side. Simran to bagair gal nahi badni. So you need that Simran. And Simran kitho miluga? Guru Sahib ji kolo. And Maharaj kar jo kar vichar karo eh cheez te. Right? You should do vichar on these things. Nanak pura bhag Satgur mila sukh paaye jug jar. That if your bhag, your destiny is great, phir Guru Sahib ji milde ne, and then oh sukh paunda ya chare jugan ch. He'll get sukh, he'll get peace. The early life of Baba Bir Singh Ji as they grow up. So as a child, they done full Santha of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. So this is for the kids, right? The youngsters. Hands up if you've done full Santha of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. No? Okay. So hands up if anyone's done full Santha of Guru Granth Sahib Ji. You've got one hand up at the back. Tika. So doing full Santha, why is it important? Yeah, so doing full Santha of Guru Granth Sahib Ji means that you go through the correct pronunciations from Ek Onkar to 18 10 20, all of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj. That's how you get pure darshan of your Guru, right? I mean, we come and do the Matha Tek, that's brilliant, that's great, you should carry on doing that. But if you really want to connect to your Guru, and this is my personal mental, going through Santha, doing Santha recently, going through it has made my connection with my Guru even more stronger. So bahut zaruri hai ki bachyan nu siyaane nu bhi do Santha. And then at a young age they studied various granths, Sar Kutavli, Vichar Sagar, Yog Vishisht, Ad Vedant, and inni kirpa si ona te that they would read Bani once and oh shuddh ho jandi si. They don't have to read it once and then that's it. Whereas a normal person would read it 25 baar, 25 times, fir ja ke shuddh hundi si, right? And this is like proof of your pishle karm. So pishle karm mean your previous lives. Your previous life, there's very good chance that those that pick up Santha really quickly, pick up Kirtan really quickly, pishle janam they've done it all. Kita hoya ya. There's various different stories as well that back that, but I'll share one quick story with everyone. Sigi gal mette the headquarters of Taksal. So before 1984, there were two twin brothers that were doing Santha, and they got up to about 600 angs of Guru Granth Sahib Ji Maharaj going through it. Chalo, after 84 Shaheed bahut Singh hoye, oh bhi bichi Shaheed ho gaye, they became Shaheed as well. And then around about 10 to 11 years later, after 84, 12 saal baad two twins come from a nearby village. Two young children come, and unhe mata pita kende ki ina di Santha karoniya si, tusi Santha dakhil kar lo, oh give Santha to him, chal theek hai shuru karti. And then it was like up to 600 angs, they literally flew through it. They went through it so fast, like everyone was struggling to keep up with them. And they get to 600 angs, and then they start struggling. And then Ekote Seana Singh Siga, who's done a lot of jap tap bhagati bhakti, he knew that these were the same twins from the Pishle Janam, 84 to Pehla, jehde shaheed hoye si, they've come back. So they've carried that with them. You know? And in that same way, there's no, I bet you any money required to read Bani only once, because Pishle Janam ch kite hai, they've done it. So Baba Bir Singh Ji's father was serving in the Sikh army, Maharaja Ranjit Singh Ji Vele. So all the missile periods. After Baba Banda Singh Bahadur, Mislan the period hoye. And then Holi Maharaja Ranjit Singh da Raj aaya, Sikh army, their father becomes shaheed in one of the battles. And then they decide, the Siane decide that you take over your father's duty now. Baba Bir Singh Ji nu kende. So Baba Bir Singh Ji do that, they take over the father's duty. And then they practice riding horse and the art of weaponry. So Shastra Vidya, weapons, guns, all of that, they practice all of that, they're trained in that. So quite often when we hear, I bet even when you heard Baba Bir Singh Ji, Naurangabad Ale, we quite imagine a Baba. But yet they knew how to ride a horse, they knew how to do Jala Karpan, Ki Bandook, they knew all of that. And that's another teaching that we can take away from this, is how to maybe ride a horse, or how to practice Shastra Vidya for the children, for the kids. You know? So that's something to bear in mind, that inane sekhli si Shastra Vidya, so they knew how to fight, being in an army, they knew how to, come up with plans tactically, how to form armies, formation of armies. They had all of that knowledge, because that's very important that you understand that for later on. Yeah, they had all of Gyan Sara Sika on the call. And the turning point that came in their life was that a Singh in the army from the same village as them, from Gagupwe, Pend, they were in the army from the same village. And I've put a little picture here of someone helping another person, helping their friend, right? We're just going to do vichar on this. That helping each other, doing vichar and doing simran together, right? Now, within our friend circles, we always probably talk about dunyavi cheejan. We'll talk about worldly things all the time. For the lads, it might be football, PlayStation, right? For might be like, games playing online. For the, my eldest is going through phase of football, and that's all he ever talks about. So for the lads, it might be that. For the Siani BBM, might be the latest trend of suits. And it might be that they talk to each other about ki nama suit ajkal keda hai chalda or not. But have you ever, and be honest with yourself, I'm not going to put anyone on the spot or anything, but ask yourselves, have you ever asked your friend ki bro, how's your simran going? Ki thoda simran kidda chalda hai, ja nitnem kidda hai thoda? Are you okay? Are you struggling? Because I'm struggling. Or Amrit Villa kidda chalda, Amrit Villa uthonda ja nahi? Have we ever asked you, even your family friends, have you asked anyone ever that? Imagine if you were to ask one of your family friends, ki, how's your Amrit Villa going? They would be like, what? Amrit Villa, what do you mean? Like, yeah, do you get up early in the mornings and do Simran? No, I don't do that. Like, you're struggling with it, you should do. Why should you do it? Vichar karo ek dujhe naal, you should do vichar on this. I've done it in the past as well, with my friends, and friends have asked me, and it's helped me. It's helped each other, right? When we were younger, when we were in a friend circle, like 17, 18, 19, 20, round about 20, whenever we'd go anywhere, say to a program, if we were going to go to a program, Samagam, Kirtan Samagam, we noticed this, that we'd get in the car excited that we're meeting our friends, and then as we were going along, we'd be talking, Nindya vi ho jani kisi di, ja chugliyan vi kar laniyan, or just gossiping about random stuff, dunyavi cheejan bare assi gallan baataan karke, get to the samagam, listen to the samagam, then on the way back, fer ohi gallan, chugliyan fer karniyan, and we noticed that we're doing that. And then fer assi socha ki ye galt hai, right? We shouldn't be doing that. And then we came up with a little plan, ki edda karde hain, ki when we meet each other, gaddi ch bende sari, we have to do one Japji Sahib da part together. Phir gallan pata marniyan jinni marniyan baachon kar lange. So we started doing that. We'd do Japji Sahib da part, phir gallan pata maar laniyan. And then what started happening was, mara jagah ardas karke vi assi shuru karti sigi gal. So now we have to do that. So what we started doing was getting lazy. We wouldn't do the Japji Sahib part because kei baar sirf assi 5 minute li milna, 10 minute li milna was that, we won't do it now, we'll do 2 the next time we meet. Phir oh do bhi nahi hone, and then we'll say we have to do 3 next time. And it got to a point where we had to do like 10. So we met each other, and then we did 5 Japji Sahibs apart, and then we just went back home. We're like, it's too late to do anything else. Kare chal do. And then we've still got 5, we've got 6, every time we met, we've got 6 left to do now. Then we met each other, share jab fair karno chalo. But wo mara de kripa idan di hui that we slowly start doing less chugliyan, less nindya, and then ek duje nu help karde se assi idan, right? And this is, don't shy away from it. Ask your family friends, ask your whoever you need, family vich vi ki kidda chal raha, nitnem theek a, simran theek a, amrit vela kidda hai. Why can't we ask each other that? Hai. Although you're not supposed to give it away as well. It's just to help each other out a little bit. In the same way, the turning point for Baba Bir Singh ji is ki another friend from the same village suggested to them to meet a Mahapurkh. They said to them ki meeting Baba Bhag Singh. And this is the importance of a Mahapurkh as well. in today's day and age, unfortunately, it's a bit sad where you might get told that, you know, sons, this fake babbe, you don't need a sant in your life or anything. And you know what? It's a bit sad I'm having to say this, that in today's day and age, I probably won't even say to you, look, follow this Mahapurkh, follow that Mahapurkh, because recently there's been cases of people following Mahapurkhs and the Mahapurkhs or them sons, them babbe turn out to be a bit dodgy. Right, and then I've seen firsthand the nuksan, the destruction happening with that individual because they follow someone so much, and then it turns a bit messy. So we're doing vichar on this, saying that, you know, those Mahapurkh that are recognized within the Panth, that jinanu manya hoya ki Mahapurkh si, you can read their Jeevaniya and you can get connected with them Mahapurkhs. So Mahapurkh, example, Gyan Kirna is a book on Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji's life. So if you've read it, then brilliant. Jin nahi padhi na, that's one book I definitely recommend to read. It's called Gyan Kirna. It's in Punjabi English, dono translate kitiyan hoiyan. I think it's a little bit hard to get hold of now, but if you can get hold of it, jad bhi samagam hunda hai, ਜਾਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਹੁਣ 25 ਸਿੰਘ ਦਾ ਖੰਡ ਪਾਠ ਹੋਣਾ ਹੈ ਆਪਣੇ ਪੰਥ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ in the memory of Baba Mohan Singh ji, ਉੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਹੋਊਗਾ, ਪਰ ਗਿਆਨ ਕਿਰਨਾ Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji's life, it's amazing. That book, right from the beginning to end, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਸੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਪੜ੍ਹਨਾ ਹੈ ਨਾ ਕਿ this person lived, breathed Sikhi 24/7, Mahaprabhu Sant Gurbachan Singh Ji. And ਇੱਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਬੁੱਕ ਆ ਸੇਕ ਨਹਿਆ on ਬਾਬਾ ਹਰਨਾਮ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਰਾਮਪੁਰ ਖੇੜੇ ਵਾਲੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਜੀਵਨੀਆਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਲਿਖੀਆਂ ਹੋਈਆਂ, which is really important. But the importance of a Mahapurkh, and I think the example that has been given in the past is this, right? ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ connect ਕਰਨਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਨਾਲ, you want to connect with your guru, surely you need some sort of guidance, because it's not a small task, right? And the example that's been given in the past is this, ki imagine if one of us here want to reach for Olympic gold medal. Hun jo bhi hega ya whatever that event is, to get to that gold medal, you surely need a coach or guidance of how to get there. No one's done it on their own ever. In the similar way, jo Sikhi vich progression karni hai, you need sangat of these individuals that have made it. Jo unhone utthe pahunche hoye feri oh thodi help karte hai fir, so importance of a Mahapurkh, this covers that bit. But jehda siga the friend left the army to serve Baba Ji, so unhone army chhadti, and they said to Baba Bir Singh Ji, they said, you will get peace, utthe thanu shanti milugi. Don't miss this opportunity. And just going to spend 2 minutes on this part. Don't miss this opportunity. So these kind of talks that happen, jithe bhi talks edan hundiyan ya, especially for youngsters, like who can relate English, all that. Don't miss these opportunities, because once they're gone, they're gone, right? And then you don't get the opportunity back. Fir baad chon pachtawa hunda hai. Kei wari je sawal bhi hum Q&As bachchiyan lai, camps, it's an opportunity to ask a question. But in that same way, the friend is saying to Baba Bhai Singh, don't miss this opportunity. Within Sikhi, as soon as you start walking on the path, you'll have many opportunities, and the Maharaj is putting that in front of you to bring you closer to them. But then it's up to you to take the opportunity, to not miss it. But then what we do is get entrapped within Maya and these worldly galla, and then we forget that. We thought, chhad para pher hor kise time sahi, right? And then you miss the opportunity, and then pachtawa bhi nahi hunda. That's how strong Maya is, right? But it's something to contemplate on. Those Baba Bir Singh, the friend, said, make sure you take your route through Rawalpindi, because ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਮਹਾਪੁਰਖ ਨੇ ਬਾਬਾ ਭਾਗ ਸਿੰਘ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੂੰ ਮਿਲੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ. So they leave the army. Baba Bir Singh ji ਨੇ ਵੀ ਫੈਸਲਾ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਕਿ ਆਰਮੀ ਛੱਡ ਦੇਣੀ ਆ, and then they try to persuade them. They try to even offer them more money, paisa, zameen bhi. They said stay, because by then they knew that Baba Bir Singh was special, and you know how much knowledge they had with Shastra Vidya, with weapons, and for, you know, army formation and so. But Baba Bir Singh ji left, and then they listened to their friend Rawalpindi rahi vich gaye, and they went to go meet Baba Bhag Singh. Utthe jadon pahunche, Baba Bhag Singh get up, and one of the dost utthe pehla hi si, so the dost had told Baba Bhag Singh about Baba Bir Singh. They get there, Baba Bir Singh Ji and Baba Bhag Singh Ji embrace each other. And the first question Baba Bhag Singh asked Baba Bir Singh Ji is, कि तू कौन आ, तू किथे जा रहा है? Think about that question just for a moment, that who are you and where are you going? इस सवाल तुसी अपने आप नू पूछो. I don't want to answer, but just for a moment contemplate on that. कि who are you and where are you going? What's your destination? कि तुसी कौन हो, किथे जा रहे हो? इस सोचने वाली गल आ. Before today, have you ever asked yourself that? Has anyone asked you that? But Mahapurkhs, that's the importance of Mahapurkhs, the way they bring you into Sikhi, the way they connect you with the Guru. Imagine someone asking you that, ki tu kaun hai? So like just Aman Singh, or like Himmat Singh. Someone say, Prabhjot Singh. I'm Prabhjot Singh, I'm on my way home. Or I'm on my way to Mr. Veggies. Or I'm on my way to Birmingham or London or wherever, right? I'm on my way there. But something to think about, this question. Don't take it lightly, that who are you and what's your destiny, what's your plans for the future? And I mean Sikhi taurte. Ki what's your plans? Because it's important that you make a plan. You progress in Sikhi. Don't just stay in one place. Because फिर फायदा नहीं कोई होया. Sant Kartar Singh used to give an example that जिथे पानी खड़ा होवे, where there's still water, उत्थे गंदगी पैदा हुंदी है, right? Where there's fresh flowing water, that water is fresh and nice. And the example they were trying to give was that don't just stay in one spot. If you're doing Simran, brilliant, hor karo. If you're doing Amrit Villa, hor early utho. If you're walking on this path and you're thinking about keeping your gaze rakho. If you're thinking about taking the next step, take Amrit. But keep progressing. That's the whole point. But then you need to have a plan. Where do I want to go? What's your end goal? Where do you want to get to? I'll tell you a quick story about someone, yeah? I won't mention their name because I think they'll get annoyed if I do. But, during COVID will na ek Singh bahut seva karde hai, and we're really lucky to have them, yeah? Really lucky to have them. Bahut seva karde hai. And COVID will na sehat kharab hogi. Their sehat went downhill and they ended up in hospital. And when we kind of found ourselves, I asked the Singh that, everything okay? And they said that masa bachiyan. My oxygen had gone so low, masa bachiyan. Ehe vidyarthi jehde ne the sangat di ardasa ne bacha liya mainu. Nahi ta I was and then I met him about 2-3 weeks after that. And then I was saying, how kidda hoya sara? And he was telling me hospital se baitha si, I was about to go. Doctor ne jawab de deta si oxygen inni low hogi. He goes, I was about to go. And then the Singh said, he goes, but you know what? I was ready to go. I was happy. He's only young with young kids. And he goes, I was happy to go. Because Seva Maharaj ne bahut le li sab to. I was haran at that point. He's young. Who wants to go? Kaun marna chaunda hai? Right? But if you had to go tomorrow, are you happy with how much Simran you've done? How much Bani you've read? How much Sangat you've done? Are you happy with that? Because when you go in front of Dharmaraj, wahi gallan puchhniyan phir ki Simran kinna kita. Right? So it's something to just think about. But who are you? Where are you going? And Baba Bir Singh Ji kende, until today, I have not acknowledged who I am and where I'm destined to go. Aaj tak main puchhe nahi apne aap nu ye sawal ki main kaun haan, main kithe jana hai. And this is the importance, the faida of doing Sangat in Sikhi. When you come into Sikhi, jadon vichar karde ho, katha sunde ho, fir pata lagda hai ki mare thanu keh rahe ne who you really are. Mare thanu dasne, Guru Sahib ji say ki man tu jot swaroop hai apna mool pahchan, ki your true essence is Vaheguru. You're not who we think you are. Eta ek baarle image character that you're playing out in this world is a name for you, right? But I haven't even acknowledged it. And Baba Bir Singh Ji kende, it seems as I've met you before on many occasions. Edda lag reha pehli baar mil gaya. They go, it seems like I've met you before on many occasions. Ki mile hoye asi. And again, pichle karm jehde a ohi more aa jande a fir. So in this room, there's a very good chance that if you're connected with someone on a like a deep level, or really you got a strong connection with someone, very good chance पिछले जन्म च थोड़ा link होगा किते ना किते, right? In the same way, Baba Bir Singh ji and Baba Bhag Singh would have had a connection as well. So Baba Bir Singh ji, they go back home, and ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ in ਗੱਗੂ ਬੂਏ, ਉਹ ਪਿੰਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ, ਇੱਕ ਸਾਧੂਆਂ ਦੀ ਟੋਲੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਹੈ, ਸਾਧੂਸ, there's a group of sadhus that come, ਉਹ ਪਿੰਡ ਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ they stay for a couple of days. Baba Bir Singh ji ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਮੀਂਹ ਪੈ ਰਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ, there was a lot of rain, and they were just sitting outside getting wet, and then they came with a plan that ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ shelter ਦੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ, they need shelter. And look at the seva that they're doing. They went home, they took out the barley, they took out the wood from their own roof, all lake, they went and made a structure for all the sadhus. And then the parents come home and then look, Aki kata, the roof's missing, right? And then they get angry and go to a muna dikhai, bhaja itho. And then Baba Bir Singh ji said, chal theek hai, that's my time to go. So they left their home permanently at that point. This seva jo hundi hai, it's pre-written ki ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹ seva ਹੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ. And so they left their home. And they went back to Baba Bhag Singh ji. And then when they went back to Baba Bhag Singh ji, Baba Bhag Singh ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਤੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਸਹੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਤੈਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਤੋਹਫਾ ਦੇਣਾ ਆ. We want to give you a gift. And that gift is the same blessing, same kirpa that was passed to Bhai Daya Singh ji from the Panj Pyare and is being carried down. So what we're going to learn is, so ਉੱਥੇ in Rawalpindi, ਉੱਥੇ they made Baba Bir Singh ji in charge of Langar Seva. ਹੁਣ ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, ਕੋਈ ਵੀ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ, if you read their ਜੀਵਨੀ, ਉਹਨੇ ਜੀਵਨੀ ਪੜ੍ਹ ਕੇ ਦੇਖਿਓ ਕਿ ਕਿਤੇ ਨਾ ਕਿਤੇ in their life at some point ਉਹਨੇ ਰੱਜ ਕੇ ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ, ਉੱਥੋਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਮਿਲੀ. They got their bakshisha from ਲੰਗਰ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ, because it's a big dot in Sikhi, isn't it? Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕੀਤੀ. They got in charge of langar seva. So they want to give you a gift. Baba Bhag Singh ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ, I want to give you a gift. What you need to do after doing langar di seva for a while, they go, ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਏਦਾਂ ਕਰੋ. Baba Bhag Singh wrote a letter and gave it to Baba Bir Singh ji and said, go to Una and ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੈਂ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ ਬਾਬਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨੇ ਆ. ਬਾਬਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਦੇ ਦਰਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਦੋਂ ਗਏ, Baba Sahib Singh ji write a letter back to Baba Bhag Singh and said that thank you that you've given us this special soul. ਉਹ ਸਹੀ ਉਹ ਕਰੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ ਵਾਪਸ. And this is for those, is not that clear, but I don't know if you can see it or not, कि ਜਿਹੜੀ lineage है ना, this lineage of Rada Sahib, hands up if you've ever been to Rada Sahib. Has anyone here been Rada Sahib, Punjab? 1, 2. Okay, so Rada Sahib is in Ludhiana. Yeah, this Sampradaya Jadiya started by Guru Gobind Singh Ji. So Bhai Daya Singh Ji was the first Jathedar of that Sampradaya. And then by Baba Soba Singh, Baba Sahib Singh Ji Bedi Unna Sahib. Then you had Baba Bhag Singh, then Baba Bir Singh Ji. Yeah, and then after Baba Bir Singh Ji, Baba Maharaj Singh hoye. You know, during this period was jado Gorya ne Raj kita, and then they rebelled against the Gore. Baba Maharaj Singh Ji were the first person to stand up against the British, and ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ annexation ਕਰਤਾ ਸੀ. They sent him from Punjab to Singapore. ਉੱਥੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪਾਈ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ. If you go to Singapore now, ਉੱਥੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਸਮਾਧ ਬਣੀ ਹੋਈ ਆ, ਉੱਥੇ ਬਣਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਸਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ. Yeah, you can go there. But ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤਸੀਹੇ ਦਿੱਤੇ, but they had so much Shakti and Baba Maharaj Singh did. But a lineage carry on. So Baba Kunda Singh Ji, then you had Baba Ram Singh Ji, Baba Karm Singh Ji Hoti Mardan, ਬਹੁਤ ਵੱਡੇ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਹੋਏ, Baba Aya Singh Ji Hoti Mardan, Baba Atar Singh Ji Reru Sahib wale, and then we have Sant Ishar Singh Ji Rada Sahib wale, and Sant Kishan Singh Ji. You know, before I said that friends help each other out. Sikhi ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਦੋਸਤ ਹਨ, ਅਸਲ ਦੋਸਤ will help you out. Baba Sant Ishar Singh Ji, Sant Kishan Singh Ji used to do that. One of the things they used to do, ਜਿਸ ਮੇਂ ਚੇਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ, ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ they encourage each other ਕਿ let's get up. ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਵੇਲੇ ਉੱਠ ਕੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ, they're going to sit back to back, ਚੌਂਕ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਹਿ ਜਾਣਾ, sit cross-legged, put their backs together and then sit there and do Simran. And then jadon koi neend, if they're falling asleep, the other one would just with the elbow wake them up again. Koni naal eda maar ke fir uth khadde si. And there's a funny story attached to that actually. Rada Sahib is in place Ludhiana near a river. And utthe Sial da sama siga, so it's December month, and we all know Punjab, whoever's been utthe thand kinni hundi hai December ch, right? Utthe us vele jo Sant Kishan Singh ji were doing Simran, jo bhakti kar rahe se in the asthan, utthe what happened was someone saw them doing Simran, but they were like sitting in the cold. Unhon nu kite tars aa gaya, and goes unhone rajai peta karti. They got a rajai as a gift and gave it to Sant Kishan Singh as a gift. Chalo, they used it. But you know when they used it, the first night they used it, they woke up 5 minutes late for their Amritullah. 5 minutes late utthe. Because why that or rajai fir nigg dindi hai, we've all been there, right? We've been in that same situation. Ki ji nahi karda utthn nu, rajai ch nigg hunda hai. So kehda ji karda hunda utthn nu. 5 minutes late utthe. What they did was they set that rajai on fire. They go, ithe naal nahi sarna. It ta sada kam kharab karda hai. Right? But again, friends helping each other out, right? But then anyway, you got Sant Singh ji and then Sant Teja Singh ji, Hon Mila Sant Bhajan, wo bhi pure ho gaya. But that's the lineage of who we're talking about today, right? So we're fast forwarding it now. So Baba Bir Singh ji seva karde, raj ke seva kiti ona ne, and then the influence they had so much influence now at this point. उन्होंने फिर भजन किया बाबा साहिब सिंह जी ने कि जाके नरंगाबाद which is in Amritsar उत्थे जाके so जेरे माझा district है वो संगत उत्थे they can benefit from your संगत as well उत्थे जाके तुसी डेरा लाया उत्थे जाके and then this langar started with a few people to hundreds and then thousands used to come and have langar there. वो एक महान it used to be famous कि नरंगाबाद उत्थे जाके. And if you were getting persecuted by the Gore, go there and you'll get protection. Utthe jaake Baba Bir Singh ji will give you protection. But their influence started growing. Maharaja Ji Singh vele, Maharaja Ji Singh jithe vi problem hondi si Maharaja Ji Singh, you say they were doing a battle, having a battle, and je koi rukawat hondi si ki they were stuck with a problem. They would ask two people, either Baba Akali Phula Singh or they'd ask Baba Bir Singh ji for advice. ਇਹ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਨੂੰ ਫਤਿਹ ਕਰਨਾ ਸੀਗਾ they were trying to take over Multan they could not take it over no matter what Maharaja Ranjit Singh tried army everything no matter what they tried they could not ਫਤਿਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਸੀ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਨੂੰ Maharaja Ranjit Singh ਚਿੱਠੀ ਭੇਜੀ ਬਾਬਾ ਬੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਫਤਿਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੁੰਦੀ what shall we do ਬਾਬਾ ਬੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ being ਅੰਤਰਜਾਮੀ they knew that ਉੱਥੇ ਮੁਲਤਾਨ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਮੁਸਲਮਾਨ ਆ what they've got on their side, they've got a certain fakir, utte fakir beke, he's using his powers to help the Musliman fight the Sikh army. So ode karke they're not able to win. Baba Bir Singh ji write a letter to that fakir and said, tu chal ja itthon, go from here. And as soon as they read the letter, mathe nu lai, and then they get up and they just walk away from Multan. Straight away, Baba Maharaja Ranjit Singh they fateh kar liya Multan. When I heard that, Sant Gurbachan Singh ji katha si hai. Sant Gurbachan Singh ji said, when I heard that, I thought, gangster. All they write is one letter, right? It's like Godfather writing a letter that go passe har jato, right? So inna influence siga Baba Bir Singh da ki ek chithi naal du chal ja. Ek wari ki hoye Maharaja Ranjit Singh's army needed backup. They needed backup. So Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji and their army, they had to cross a river to get to the other side so they could back their army up. And they needed to do it in a hurry, in a rush. Baba Bir Singh ji us vele ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੀ. And then as they get to the river was raging. Yeah, river was really high, they couldn't cross it. Maharaja Ranjit Singh ji Baba Bir Singh ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਮਹਾਂਪੁਰਖ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਕਰੋ, do something. Baba Bir Singh ji ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਕੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਕਰੋ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਨੂੰ and ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਕਰੋ do ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ until ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਠ's happening then watch Maharaj do kirpa they do ardas ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਠ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰਤਾ as they started ਸੁਖਮਨੀ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਪਾਠ the water started going down up until the knees and now the army could cross and they said have bharosa until Sukhmani Sahib part's going, nothing's going to happen to anyone, tusi cross kari chalo. And they all crossed over, and then as soon as they finished the Sukhmani Sahib part off, the pani all came back up again. So the miracles of Baba Bir Singh Ji as well. But ithe kehne da matlab hai, Baba Bir Singh Ji are saying, what are you taking asra of there? Whose support are you taking? Kehne da asra le rahe, bani da asra le rahe hain. We're taking the support of bani. And time again, Guru Sahib Ji have told us in itihas, no matter what happens, bani da asra nahi chadna hega. On December's coming up, sanu pata hi hai December Chamkaur di gadi Bal of Chamkaur leaving Anandpur Sahib de vich vi utthe jadon ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਘੇਰਾ ਪਾ ਲਿਆ ਮੁਗਲਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਹਾੜੀਆਂ ਨੇ, they were getting cannons ready and shooting the cannons towards the Qila. Guru Gobind Singh Ji Maharaj said to the Sangat ki Asa di War Kirtan shuru kar lo. Some of the Singhs that are tille like me that didn't have prosa, they said Maharaj the cannons are out though, ਉਹ ਤੱਕ ਤੋਪ ਕੱਢ ਲਏ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ। महाराज को तुसी फिक्र ना करो, आसा दी वार शुरू करो। आसा दी वार कीर्तन शुरू हो गया, not one cannon was able to blow any of the walls up, anyone got hurt. फिर सिरसा at the river उत्थे भी थानू पता है जंग हुई, पर महाराज कहंदे आसा दी वार दा समा हो गया। It don't matter if army is behind us, right? Something to ask yourselves there, how many times have we been in a situation कि किते late हो गए for whatever reason, we probably say like, you know what, ਕੱਲ ਨੂੰ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਹੋਰ ਪਾਠ, ਜਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਚਲੋ ਮਿਸ ਕਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ, we'll miss today's part and we'll try and catch up tomorrow, right? It ਪਿਆਰ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ, that connection that we have with our Guru, right? And really beautiful like interview with he's a ਗਾਉਣ ਵਾਲਾ ਹੈ, he's singer, he sings like decent songs. ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਂ ਕੀ ਹੈ? ਉਹਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਵੀ ਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਹੀ ਆ। And you've heard of him, right? Bir Singh. He's written dharmic songs, nice. Amritaliya, he's Gursikh. But you know when Kisan Morcha jadon hoya siga, Kisan Morcha happened, and he was giving this interview. He goes, "Sade pind sanu pata lag gaya ki uthe goliyan chalatiyan." The Delhi police, they started shooting or whatever. Hana wo kaan hoya siga na, they started shooting and tear gas, and sanu pata lag gaya. We all jumped into our tractors, cars or whatever. And we started going towards Delhi. Delhi ਵਾਲ ਜਾਣ ਲੱਗੇ। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਖਿਆਲ ਆਇਆ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਆ। ਦੁਪਹਿਰ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ, it was 1 o'clock। ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਂ ਰਹਿਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਦਾ ਪਾਠ ਸ਼ੁਰੂ ਕਰ ਲਿਆ ਆਪ ਦਾ, ਬਟ ਦੁਪਹਿਰ ਦਾ ਸਮਾਂ ਸੀਗਾ, ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮੇਰੇ ਮਨ ਵਿੱਚ ਇੱਕ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਆਈ ਕਿ ਉੱਥੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਹੋਣਾ, ਜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਗੋਲੀ ਵੱਜ ਗਈ ਅੱਜ ਦਾ ਰਹਿਰਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਤਾਂ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ। Look at the khyaal, look at the soch that they have, right? But anyway, ithe Maharaj Ranjit Singh wele, and then we have the downfall of Maharaj Ranjit Singh Ji's empire. Some of the darkest days we've seen during that time. Jadon sada jehड़ा ਰਾਜ ਸੀਗਾ ਸਾਡੋ ਹੋਇਆ ਗਿਆ, it got taken away from us, right? And during that time, after Maharaj Ranjit Singh Ji dies, we all know what happens. Maharaj Dalip Singh, their kids get killed, ਸਾਰੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਾਡਾ ਰਾਜ ਖੋਇਆ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸਾਤੋਂ। At that time, everyone, the Sikh Qaum turned to Baba Bir Singh Ji. ਸਾਰੇ Naurangabad ਜਾ ਕੇ ਉੱਥੇ ਫਿਰ they used to take protection from Baba Bir Singh Ji ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਦੱਸੋ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਰੀਏ। So in ਬਹੁਤ ਸੰਗਤ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ। Now, the last person to stand up against the British after Maharaj Ranjit Singh Ji would have been Baba Bir Singh Ji. And then the Gore, with the support of Raja Hira Singh Dogra, who was one of the main culprits, sir, main banda siga hai, with all the Dogre are famous for this, जिन्होंने गद्दारी की सिख कौम पंथ नाल, they sided with the Gore. इन्होंने की कीता, they told all the Sikh Sangat that ਜਿਹੜਾ ਵੀਰ ਸਿੰਘ ਆ ਪਖੰਡੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਗੁਰੂ ਕਹਾਉਂਦਾ ਆ। He started saying all these bad things, propaganda, and he gathered everyone, and he gathered no army because he was a Raja. He gathered his army together, and ja ke kende the Gore said, get rid of Bir Singh because he has got knowledge, he can still stand up against us, he's got enough influence, we need to take him out. Onu khatam karna hai, he's the last one that's left. So Raja Hira Singh फिर डोगरा, he comes up with a plan कि जाके असी उत्थे let's go Naurangabad, let's go to Dera, And let's finish off Baba Bir Singh. Baba Bir Singh ji ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਦੇ ਅੰਤਰਜਾਮੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਆ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਆਉਣ ਲੱਗੇ ਆ and look at the qualities of a Gursikh, look at the qualities of a Mahapurkh. And ਇੱਥੋਂ ਕੀ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਆ ਸਿੱਖਣ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ they're not scared of dying. ਮੌਤ ਨਿੱਕੀ ਜਿਹੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ in front of them. They're not scared of dying, whereas people like us ਮੌਤ ਵੱਡੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਆ, right? Baba Bir Singh ji said to all the Gursikhs, tell all the ਬੀਬੀਆਂ and all the ਬੱਚੇ to go from here. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ ਚੱਲ ਜਾਣ ਇੱਥੋਂ. They went from there. And Baba Bir Singh ਨੇ ਸੇਵਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਅੱਜ ਡਬਲ ਲੰਗਰ ਬਣਾਇਓ. Make double ਲੰਗਰ because ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਦੁਸ਼ਮਣ ਚੜ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਣ. Look at the qualities of them, right? They said ਉਹ ਭੁੱਖੇ ਨਾ ਜਾਣ. Make sure they eat before they go. So double ਲੰਗਰ ਬਣਾਇਆ ਉਸ ਦਿਨ. And then Baba Bir Singh ji gave a command to all the sevadars, ਜਿੰਨੇ ਵੀ ਸੀ ਉੱਥੇ. They said to them ਕਿ ਚੜ ਕੇ ਆ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਜਿੱਦਾਂ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਆ. First ਗੁਰੂ ਗ੍ਰੰਥ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਦਾ ਸਰੂਪ ਪ੍ਰਕਾਸ਼ ਸੁਖਾਸਨ ਕਰਕੇ take it to a safe place, ਇੱਥੋਂ ਦੂਰ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ. ਉਹ ਕਰਤਾ. Then Baba Bir Singh ji sit on that manja waiting for Raja Hira Singh and the army to come with the gore. ਉਹ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਉੱਥੇ. Baba Bir Singh ji said to all the sevaks, they said ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਗੋਲੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਚਲਾਉਣੀ and ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਮੁੜ ਕੇ ਹਥਿਆਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੱਕਣਾ. Why? Because ਉਹ ਸਿੱਖ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੀ ਆ. ਸਿੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰੂਗਾ ਇਹ ਚੰਗੀ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੈਗੀ. ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਪਣੇ ਹੀ ਆ. When I heard that, I thought to myself कि now you know some of us here might be thinking कि सोचते होंगे कि that's a bit why think like that. Surely fighting back at that point, nothing's wrong with that, right? But I think it's a big teaching to take away from that. कि आज ਦੇ ਸਮੇਂ ਖਾਸ especially in today's day and age ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੂਜਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਲੱਤਾਂ ਖਿੱਚਦੇ ਹਾਂ. We proper fight each other. ਸਿੱਖ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਮਾਰਦਾ ਆ. We have never, you know, external attacks. No one's ever been successful at an external attack. Sadi marches, even like Raja Hira Singh, andron, we always got attacked from the inside. That's how we were able to get taken over. Otherwise, no. A famous story that I just remembered is Baba Mano Chal ji, Baba Gurbachan Singh ji, Baba Mano Chal, Chirasiville. They were the last freedom fighter, last one standing against the Indian government, the Punjab police. They could not get captured. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੜਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ. So what they found out that Baba Mano Chal went to someone's house on a regular basis. Police ਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਘਰੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ put poison in the milk and give that to him. If you don't, ਤੁਹਾਡੇ ਬੱਚਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਦਾਂਗੇ ਅਸੀਂ. What can they do? They agreed. And then Baba Mano Chal comes, they put poison in the milk, give that to them. Baba Mano Chal ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗ ਗਿਆ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਮੇਰੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਆ ਗਈ ਆ, ਦੱਸ ਅੰਤ ਸਮਾਂ ਆ ਗਿਆ. They leave the house, go towards the kid. And then there's a gun battle still. 2 hours they have a gun battle with the Punjab police. And then ਜਦੋਂ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਆ, they get shaheed, they're lying on the ground for 6 hours. The Punjab police don't go near the body. These Singhs were made of something else. They had Prosan Guru Sahib Ji, Bani si, Kamai si, Simran si, right? Which we can all do, right? Because Baba Mano Chal used to remind the Sangat ਕਿ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਸਾਹਿਬਜ਼ਾਦਿਆਂ ਨੇ ਛਕਿਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ ਆ. ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨਾਮ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਸੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਹਾਂ. ਜਿਹੜੀ that ਦਲੇਰਤਾ, that fearlessness that Baba Banda Singh Bahadur had, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ, ਅਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹੀ ਅੰਮ੍ਰਿਤ ਛਕਿਆ. We can be the same as them. ਬਸ ਸੋਚਣ ਦੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਹੈ ਸਿਰਫ. Baba Bir Singh just sitting on their manja waiting for Raja Hira Singh to come. ਆਉਂਦਾ ਆ with his forge. As soon as Raja Hira Singh and the forge see Baba Bir Singh ji sitting there on the manja, they open fire. Us ਵੇਲੇ samadhi ਵਿੱਚ ਸੀ Baba Bir Singh ji were sitting there doing Simran. As they were doing Simran, not one bullet hits them. They tell the Kirtanis carry on with the Kirtan. And then us ਵੇਲੇ ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ, the Kirtanis get shaheed. Kirtan stops, the Sangat get shaheed, and then Baba Bir Singh ji open their eyes, and then at that point they use cannons and then literally blow Baba Bir Singh ji up with cannon. And at that फिर Baba Bir Singh ने शहीदी पाई. But these are our gems. But during their time, countless people took Amrit, countless people came into Sikhi. Jinni seva inna ne kiti us vele. I don't think we hear enough of the greatness of Baba Bir Singh ji. And this is just one gem through our history. ठीक है जी. So इत्थे समाप्ति करते हैं संगत जी. If I made any mistakes, please forgive me. I'm learning like everyone else is. So इत्थे फतेह बुलाਉਂਦੇ हैं. And please do take the teachings away from me. If you've got any questions, then we're still around to do it. ठीक है जी. फतेह बुलाओ. वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा, वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह.
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ। ਸੋ ਭਾਈ ਅਮਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਨੇ ਅੱਜ ਟਾਕ ਕੀਤੀ ਹੈ। ਸੋ ਭਾਈ ਅਮਨ ਸਿੰਘ ਜੀ does a Friday night Sikhi as well. I'm sure most of you guys know, and that happens at Gypsy Lane Gurdwara every week, and Bhai is going through Nanak Prakash, so the whole जीवनी of Guru Nanak Dev Ji Maharaj. So ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਬਹੁਤ ਬਹੁਤ ਧੰਨਵਾਦ for doing today's talk। ਅਗਲੇ ਹਫ਼ਤੇ ਦੀ talk will be by Bibi Jasneet Kaur ji around, it will be a 2-week talk around the Shahidi of Guru Tegh Bahadur Ji Maharaj in remembrance of the 350 ਸਾਲਾ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀ ਦਿਵਸ। So ਉਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਵੀ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸੰਗਤਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਪਹੁੰਚਣ ਦੀ ਕਿਰਪਾਲਤਾ ਕਰਨੀ। And we have ਲੰਗਰ for ਸੰਗਤ ਦੀ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਛਕ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ। ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।